Hey there, and welcome. If you're looking to practice your English in a way that's simple, fun, and actually works, well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to use a really short story to help you learn. So, what's our game plan? It's simple. We're going to walk through these 6 little sections together. We'll start with just listening, and by the end, you'll be speaking. Ready to get started? Okay, let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about why we're using a story. Stories are just fantastic for learning. They give new words a home, a situation, which helps those words stick in your brain so much more easily. It feels natural. We're going to follow this super simple 3-step method. First, you're just going to listen. No pressure. Then we'll understand a few new words together, and finally, you'll get to speak the sentences out loud. Easy, right? Let's begin. All right, it is time for our story. It's a quick conversation between Sarah, who's a cafe manager, and Ben, a guy who's looking for a job. For this first time through, just relax and listen. See if you can pick up the main idea of what they're talking about. So Sarah starts things off. She gets right to the point. She's hiring for someone to help out. Here's what she says. Hello, Ben. Thanks for coming. We need someone to make coffee and serve customers. And here's Ben. You can tell right away he's really interested. He's enthusiastic. He says, Hello, Sarah. I really need this job. I like making coffee. Okay, now Sarah is explaining the important details, and the key word here is that the hours are fixed. That means they don't change. It's 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. every single day. And here's our little problem. 7 in the morning is just too early for Ben, so he asks if there's any flexibility. He wants to start at 8 a.m. instead. Sarah gets it, but she can't change the time. Why? Because of the morning rush. So she gives him a very clear final choice. And this is the most important line in the story. Take it or leave it. And what does Ben do? He makes his decision. He decides to accept the job, and he's already figured out how to solve his problem. An early alarm clock. Smart move. Okay, so that was our little story. Now let's zoom in on a few of those really useful words and phrases that we heard. Getting these down will really, really help your English. First up is that powerful phrase, take it or leave it. This is a very direct thing to say. It basically means this is the final offer, no more discussion. For example, someone selling a watch might say, the price is $50, take it or leave it. Next, we have the word instead. Oh, you're going to use this one all the time. It just shows that you're choosing one thing over another. Remember, Ben wanted to start at 8 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. Or you could say, I wanted tea, but I drank coffee instead. And our last word is rush. This is such a great word for any busy time. In our story, it was the morning rush at the cafe when everyone wants their coffee. You'll also hear people talk about rush hour traffic, which is when the roads are super busy with cars. All right, you've listened, you've learned some new words, so now let's check what you remember. I'm going to ask a question, and I want you to try answering it out loud. Seriously, go for it. Don't be shy. Okay, first question, and it's a nice, easy one to start. Think back to the very beginning of their chat. Did Ben want the job? I'll give you a second. Yes, absolutely. You got it. He said, I really need this job. Great start. Okay, ready for the next one? This question is about that main little conflict in the story. So did Sarah agree to change the start time for Ben? What do you think?
That's exactly right. Nope, she didn't. The hours couldn't be changed. Remember that key phrase she used? Take it or leave it? You are doing great.
And now we've come to the most important part of our practice today, speaking. I'm going to say a sentence from the story, and all you have to do is repeat it after me. Try to copy the sound and the rhythm. This is how we build confidence. Ready? Let's start with Ben's question. Listen carefully first. Can I start at 8 a.m. instead? Now, you try it. Go ahead. Fantastic. All right, one more. This is Ben's final decision. Try to sound positive and sure of yourself, just like he did. Listen. Okay, I will take it. I can set an early alarm. Your turn. Excellent work. And just like that, we're at the end. You did it. You made it through the whole practice. Let's take just a second to look back at everything you accomplished today. So think about it. You learned 3 brand new, really useful English phrases. But, it's more than that. You practice the three most important skills for learning a language: listening, understanding, and of course, speaking. That is a huge step forward.
The more you practice, the more natural these words will feel. Soon you'll be using them without even thinking about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep up the amazing work.